welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Koa, and this is my channel where you learn about plants and you kind of see plants from the point of view of a beginner plant owner or a beginner plant collector. So today we're going to start my plant care series. So today's special plant guest, is the Spathiphyllum, aka peace lily. That's the common name. So I have a few beside me, behind me. I only have three here. I only have three here today, but I have four in total. Do I have another one? I have four in total as of now. Okay, yeah, so for today we're gonna go over four different categories. One is the lighting and the different lightings I have each plant in. Two is the watering differences. Three is the different pots I have them in, which is pretty interesting for me. And four is the kind of soil that it's in. We're gonna start here with this one. I think this is called the Chico, the small one. Kind of like the dwarf looking one, but this is she. You may be familiar with her if you've seen my plant tour. She sits actually right behind a camera on top of that shelf. Let's talk about lighting first. So my window's here, and I get southwestern light. So it comes in this way. As the day goes, the light will start to shine over here. So around the afternoon time, mid-afternoon, 12, 1, maybe 2, I have Marantas here and they get a little bit of light. So that's kind of what the layout is for my room. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my plant tour, because I kind of give you a good perspective of my room, and in me explaining the lighting situation right then, you can kind of understand if you see the room. So this baby here gets maybe like very early morning bright light, but never direct light. That's just the way it is, honestly. And it's actually in a darker corner, like one of the darkest corners of my room, because I don't have a light over there really. It's just my lamp's all over here, so it doesn't get much light. But in the morning, that's when it gets like the most light, the most like indirect light. 2, watering. Now I don't really water this often. I probably water it like once a month, once every few weeks. Not only because it doesn't get a lot of light, but also because of the pot it's in. So number 3, sorry. I'm gonna forget the numbering. Number 3 is the pot it's in. So it's actually in a self-watering pot. I don't know if you can tell. This pot I didn't buy. It came with another plant that I have. But it's in one of those self-watering pots that you still have to water from the top here. It's not in those self-watering pots that has like a little meter or anything. It's a regular self-watering pot. You put water in here, and the excess water kind of gets stored in this little section here. It's like a little storage section. I don't know what you call it. It's a word for it. But it kind of gets stored at the bottom here, and as the plant needs it, it'll kind of wick up the water through capillary action in the roots, and it'll kind of wick up and drink what she needs. So right now it's not too heavy, but it's pretty okay. I don't wait until it droops, like, for me to water it. So peace lilies are known for its dramatic drooping. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but they kind of droop really dramatically, and that's when people know to water it. But I try to water it before it droops, because I don't want it, you wouldn't want your plant to faint before you save it, because it's just not healthy for it all the time. But for this one, I water it once every 2 months. Once a month. I wouldn't even say every 2 months. Once a month. That's like the least, maybe. Like, I don't even remember the last time I watered it. It's been a while, but it's still doing well. And she's happy. This is my favorite. And this was originally in a 4-inch pot, but I had up-potted her into this 6-inch pot. And ever since then, she's been like shooting out a ton of new growth, and she's just way happier. She's happier. Okay, peace lily number 1. Peace lily number 2. Now again, I have 4 of these in the house, but I only have 3 here. The 4th one's downstairs. I don't feel like getting it. So this is the second one. This is another Spathiphyllum. This is a silver streak one. So the leaves have a little bit of a lighter green color. The texture is very, like, I don't know if it's suede. Maybe it's like suede. It's different than a Chico here. Than this one. This one has like, can you see that? Yeah. This one has like glossy like leaves. and it's more textured than this one. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to you can see it. Oop, I got dirt on my bed. This one, so talk about lighting. It sits right here on my desk, so it gets afternoon, very bright light, maybe even direct light sometimes. It really depends. I haven't really even like watched it enough, but I think it gets very bright light all throughout the day. Honestly, it sits like maybe 6 inches away from my southwestern window, so it does get light. And I haven't seen any problem with it getting so much light. It is known to be like a low light tolerant plant, but I don't give my peace lilies like super low light. You know what I mean? That low light people are kind of thinking of when you say low light. But so that's lighting. Watering. I water this baby maybe like once every 3-4 days. It really depends. During the summer, I know I'm really gonna have to like step it up my watering game. Right now it's winter, so I'm watering every 3-4 days. I think that it also is due for a repot. Let me check. I think it is though, for real. Hold on. Yeah, I think it is due for repot. It's not showing me any specific signs, but I've learned from this buddy here that if you do repot it, like it'll thank you and start shooting out a ton of new growth. So come spring, when spring comes or summer, I'm definitely going to be repotting her into a bigger pot and see how she does. Soil, let's talk about potting first. Sorry, the pot. So it's in a nursery pot, as you just saw. Did you? It's in a nursery pot, and it's in the same situation that I bought it in. It's in the same soil. The soil almost looks like it's actually pretty airy, almost like peat, like cocoa husk, and like maybe a peat texture, maybe. But whatever it is, it doesn't hold on to the water at all, or it doesn't hold on to the water for too long, which is still good. I prefer to have to water it often, but if you do forget about it, I find with this mixture, it'll hate you like for a little bit. I know I had to cut off a few leaves because it just was not happy last time I forgot about it. I forgot about it a day longer than I should, I guess. I should have forgotten about it. And it was just so droopy. I didn't think it would make it, but it's a peace lily. They'll droop and they'll come right back up. It's normal. So yeah, that's this guy. And normally I have it in a cover pot, and it sits right there on my desk. So yeah, silver streak. And the last one's behind me. You can probably see it, and it's so heavy. It's heavy. It's in a 10-inch pot. Okay, we can kind of, wow, compared to me. So this, I'm gonna put it down a little bit. You can see it a little bit right now. Oh gosh, it's so heavy. This is my giant peace lily. Honestly, my pride and joy. I love this thing. I bought it from a nursery, and it was probably like half, I don't remember it being this big. I think it was half the size. But since I put it in my room, it's been like thriving. I'm gonna put it down beside me. Hold on. You can see that. Whew, it's so heavy. Okay, so in terms of lighting, it sits right there next to my mirror. If you see my video, you understand. My room tour, not my house tour. I said house tour the whole time. My room tour, you'll understand where it's at. It sits right there. It does get morning direct light. Not morning. Yeah, like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, it'll start getting some direct light. I think it really likes that. It's been shooting out like a ton of new growth, and it's actually flowering. Like what? I'm so excited. It's actually flowering. I already see 2 spathes, and I've been spraying it with like water, misting it just so that it can kind of help with the humidity to actually get the spathes going, you know. So this guy's in terracotta. And it's very unconventional when it comes to peace lilies because they do prefer a more moisture retaining pot / soil as well. But for watering, I water it like once every 2-3 days, honestly. I watered this yesterday, but it's been a little warm today in the house. It's been a little warm, so I know tomorrow afternoon I may have to water it. So because it's in terracotta, that's the pot situation it's in. since it's in terracotta, it does need a lot more water, and it does need to be watered more often because again, the terracotta kind of wicks out the water from the soil. It's in regular all-purpose general potting mixture. I mean, at the time I didn't really know about like, I don't know, adding things to the soil, so I never did. So I didn't put a lot of perlite in it, just so it didn't rot, but honestly it's in terracotta, so it honestly won't rot really, but it's been in there for a while. I think it's really happy too. I find like, I like the fact that I had the same plant or same genus of plants in different pot situations and also in different lighting situations, and they're all doing like amazing. I feel like this one's probably doing the most, maybe because it's more mature, but honestly it's doing really well. I used to have it downstairs, but at first it used to brown a lot, but I think that now that I've been giving it a ton more light and more attention, it's just way happier. But also, if you're gonna do this, just keep in mind that because you have to water the soil often, it's like staying wet a lot, and you will attract fungus gnats, or you will, you know, bring that situation, that annoying pest situation into your collections. And then the last plant I have, I'm going to talk about it, kind of like getting it. It is in a plastic pot that I bought from Lowe's. It's actually like one of those 5-6 inch plant peace lilies from Lowe's. And before, it was in my room sitting in the same situation that the small Chico's in right now. It was on the shelf. It wasn't on the shelf, it was right next to it. And then it went to a situation where it was in a very dark room, and its only source of light was a north-facing window, and the only type of light it would get is from like the window, like really ambient light, and also from a lamp like 10 feet away. Like it was in a very low light situation. I consider that low light, like when it's next to a north-facing window. At first, this plant was as well, and I think that it really does appreciate being in a more brighter setting than a super low light setting. So that plant with the nursery pot, plastic pot, it was in the north facing room for like a month, and then I brought it back downstairs where it's facing in front of the same window here, but it's downstairs, so it's facing in front of another southwestern facing window, and it does get very early morning like direct light, and it loves it. Honestly, it's like shooting up a ton of new like small growth, and I find after time or after a while, the leaves will start to, you know, get bigger and bigger. So that's doing really well. It's enjoying its life. And again, I water that one like once a week, once every week and a half. Like it's honestly not that bad. It's actually not that bad for a peace lily. I actually do work right in front of that plant, so I watch it often. Like I watered it yesterday, like in the last time I watered it probably like 2 weeks ago. Like, it's fine. So yeah, I hope you learned something from this video. I hope it was very informative. I do consider myself somewhat experienced when it comes to peace lilies because I have so many. I am planning on getting more. I just love like that genus. I love the peace lily plant. Like I don't know why. I'm not into flowering plants, but for some reason this plant like stole my heart. I don't know why. I am in the market for a domino one and also for a variegated one, so we shall see. And also the platinum mist one, that one is nice too. But anyway, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below if you ever tried a peace lily before. If so, let me know the lighting, the soil, the pot it's in. Let me know how often you water it. I'm really interested to find out how other people take care of the peace lilies. Honestly, when people say, oh, like how often can you water this plant? It honestly depends. I feel like this video is like a true depiction of that plants, legit, they'll need water. They'll need they'll need water according to the situation that it's in. Each plant that I have that I showed you just now are in like way different lighting situations, and their watering is all different. Kata is getting loud. Yes, Kata. Like I don't water to these peace lilies the same. Like they're just all different. But the main way you can find if your plant is watering, if your peace lilies is in need of watering, you'll see it start to droop. And if you have your plant long enough, you'll start to understand or know when it's drooping, it needs a little water. When it's like, you know, kind of perked up again, it's perfectly fine. And I think I'll actually show you guys like a little bit of a video that I did of this peace lily. I think it was this one. Yeah, I watered it and it's just like, it was really droopy and it just kind of like came back up. So yeah, that's a good indicator. So thank you all for watching once more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.